Did you know that ancient civilizations believed certain magical elixirs could literally resurrect love from the dead? While we might not have access to actual love potions today, the psychological principles behind these mystical remedies contain surprisingly powerful truths about reviving relationships that seem beyond repair. I'm about to reveal 3 unexpected ways that the ancient art of love potions can teach us to breathe life back into dying relationships. And trust me, the 3rd one will completely change how you view emotional connection forever. Think about it for a moment. When relationships hit rock bottom, when the spark has completely disappeared and you're both just going through the motions, it can feel like you're staring at an emotional graveyard. The love you once shared feels buried so deep that resurrection seems impossible. But here's what's fascinating about human psychology and why love potions captivated our ancestors for thousands of years. They understood something we've forgotten in our modern world about the power of intention, ritual, and the subtle energies that flow between 2 people. Before we dive into these 3 game-changing principles, let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're holding a relationship that feels completely lifeless in your hands. The conversations have become mechanical, the physical intimacy has vanished, and you're both just roommates sharing space. This is where most people give up, where they decide the relationship is truly dead and beyond saving. But what if I told you that this apparent death is actually just a deep sleep, waiting for the right combination of elements to awaken it? The first unexpected way love potions teach us about relationship revival lies in understanding the power of mysterious anticipation. Ancient love potions weren't just about the ingredients themselves, they were about creating an atmosphere of mystery and possibility. When someone prepared a love potion, they were essentially orchestrating an elaborate ritual of hope and expectation. The real magic wasn't in the herbs or crystals, it was in the energy shift that happened when both people started believing that transformation was possible. In modern relationships, we've lost this sense of mystery and anticipation. We know everything about each other, we've seen each other at our worst, and predictability has replaced the excitement of discovery. But here's where the love potion principle becomes powerful. You need to reintroduce elements of mystery and surprise back into your relationship dynamic. This doesn't mean playing games or being manipulative. It means consciously creating moments where your partner doesn't know what to expect from you. Start showing up differently in small but noticeable ways. Change your usual responses to their questions. Take them somewhere completely unexpected. Develop a new interest or hobby that intrigues them. The goal is to disrupt their mental model of who you are and what your relationship has become. When you break patterns, you create space for new possibilities to emerge. Your partner's brain literally has to pay attention again because the familiar script they've been running automatically no longer apply. The second love potion principle that can resurrect dead relationships involves the concept of energetic alchemy. Ancient practitioners believed that love potions worked by transforming negative energy into positive energy, transmuting emotional lead into gold. While this sounds mystical, there's actually solid psychological science behind this concept. Relationships die when they become trapped in negative feedback loops, where every interaction reinforces disappointment, resentment, or disconnection. Breaking these toxic cycles requires what I call intentional energy transformation. Every time you interact with your partner, you're either adding positive energy to your relationship bank account or withdrawing from it. Most people in dying relationships are unconsciously focused on what they're not getting, what their partner isn't doing right, or how disappointed they feel. This creates a downward spiral where both people become energy vampires, sucking the life out of every interaction. The alchemical approach flips this completely. Instead of waiting for your partner to change their energy first, you become the catalyst for transformation. You consciously choose to bring curiosity instead of criticism, appreciation instead of complaint, and playfulness instead of pessimism. This isn't about being fake or suppressing your legitimate concerns. It's about strategically shifting the energetic foundation of your relationship so that positive interactions become possible again. Here's what this looks like in practice. When your partner comes home stressed and starts complaining, Instead of matching their negative energy or trying to fix their problems, you might respond with genuine curiosity about their experience. When they make a small effort, even if it's not perfect, you acknowledge it enthusiastically. When conflict arises, you look for the underlying need they're trying to express, rather than defending against their words. This consistent pattern of energy transformation gradually changes the entire atmosphere of your relationship. The third and most powerful love potion principle is what I call soul-level recognition. Ancient love magic was based on the belief that souls could recognize and call to each other across time and space. While this might sound like fantasy, it points to something profound about how deep connection actually works. Most relationship advice focuses on surface-level behaviors, communication techniques, and problem-solving strategies. But truly, reviving a dead relationship requires reaching past all the accumulated hurt and disappointment to remember why you fell in love with this person's essence in the first place. This goes far beyond just reminiscing about the good old days or looking at old photos together. Soul-level recognition means learning to see through your partner's current defenses, frustrations, and protective walls to the vulnerable, hopeful person underneath. It means remembering not just what they used to do that you loved, but who they fundamentally are at their core. Every person carries within them the same hopes, fears, and desires for connection that first drew you together. These haven't disappeared, they've just gotten buried under layers of life stress and relationship disappointment. The practice soul-level recognition requires you to become an emotional archaeologist, carefully brushing away years of accumulated resentment and misunderstanding to rediscover the person you fell in love with. This doesn't mean ignoring real problems or pretending everything is fine. It means choosing to see your partner's highest potential while working through the practical issues that need attention. When you consistently relate to your partner from this deeper level of recognition, something magical happens. They begin to remember who they are, too. People have an incredible ability to rise to meet the vision others hold of them. When you see and treat your partner as someone capable of love, growth, and positive change, you create space for those qualities to emerge again. The most important thing to understand about all three of these love potion principles is that they require consistent practice over time. Just like ancient love potions weren't expected to work with a single dose, reviving a dead relationship isn't about one grand gesture or overnight transformation. It's about showing up differently day after day until new patterns become established and the relationship develops its own momentum toward healing and growth. You also need to be prepared for the fact that change might not happen immediately or in the ways you expect. Sometimes applying these principles reveals that a relationship truly has run its course, but more often than not, they uncover possibilities that both people had given up on. The key is approaching this work with genuine curiosity rather than attachment to specific outcomes. Remember that the real magic in love potions was never in the external ingredients. It was in the intention, focus, and belief that transformation was possible. When you bring this same energy to your relationship, when you commit to showing up as a catalyst for positive change regardless of your partner's initial response, you tap into the same transformative power that made our ancestors believe in magic. The relationship you're trying to save might feel completely dead right now, but if you're willing to apply these three principles with patience and consistency, you might be amazed at what kind of love can be resurrected. Sometimes the most profound magic happens not when we try to force someone to love us, but when we become the kind of person who naturally inspires love in return. If these love potion principles resonated with you and you want to learn more specific techniques for implementing them in your relationship, make sure to subscribe and check out my other videos on relationship transformation. The real magic is just beginning, and I'll be here to guide you through every step of this incredible journey back to love.